This video is designed to be a supplement to the operator's manual, not a replacement. Read and understand it fully to ensure safe and correct operation of the disc harrow. Lubrication and maintenance will be covered later in the video. Attach the tractor to the disc using a locking pin and safety chain. Attach the hydraulic hoses, safety lights, and place the jack in the storage position. Raise the unit fully and hold the hydraulic lever for 1 minute to rephase the hydraulics, ensuring even lifting. Check the tire pressure to ensure that they are at factory specifications. This is important because the pressure in the tires has a direct effect on the levelness of the unit. To pre-level the disc, unfold it on a level surface or concrete. Use the hydraulic controls of the tractor to set the unit so it unfolds at a slow but acceptable rate. After rephasing the cylinders, lower the disc until the blades of the center section are 1 to 2 inches off the ground. Level the disc front to rear before continuing. Front to rear leveling is controlled by a hydraulic cylinder located at the front of the frame, or manually by the turnbuckle located in the same position. Measure the length of the center cylinders. They must be equal. If not, rephase the system again. Now, measure from the bottom of the frame tube to the center of the walking beam pivot. This dimension should match. If they do not, adjust the turnbuckle in the center of the rock shaft until the dimension is equal on both center wheels. Once satisfied, move to the wings once again to inspect the length of the cylinder. It should be within 1/4 inch of the center cylinder. If not, rephase the hydraulics again to ensure that all the air is purged from the system. Measure from the bottom of the wing frame to the center of the rock shaft pivot. This dimension should match the center. If not, use the cylinder eye bolt to adjust the setting. Once the dimension from the frame to the walking axle pivot is the same on all 4 locations, you are now ready to go to the field. Raise the disc to rephase the hydraulics and to release the automatic transport locks. On a level surface, unfold the unit. Shorten the end gauge wheels so that they are off the ground. This keeps them from influencing the leveling process. Once the disc is properly leveled, reset them until they are 2 inches off the ground. Lower the disc and pull ahead at field speed. When adjusting equipment, it is always a good idea to do so at field speed. Use the hydraulic depth stop at the front of the unit to set the tilling depth. Always keep all lift wheels of the disc in contact with the soil. This is important because they set the depth and aid in leveling of the disc. Use the fore and aft leveling cylinder or turnbuckle to level the disc, front to rear. This prevents ridges or valleys from forming. Improper leveling is many times the reason for poor disc performance. Let's look at some common problems and their causes. If a disc is not pulling straight, it is a sign that the draft is not even side to side. It could be that the center frame is not level side to side. In this condition, the frame will appear unlevel, and the cutout of the center section will be deeper on one end. This is shown here by more straw left on the top towards the end of the center frame. First, check the length of the exposed rod on the center cylinders. They should match. If needed, adjust the length of the center turnbuckle to level the frame. Now let's look at the corrected condition. A disc running on its nose can also cause it to draft. A center valley will likely appear behind the disc. This is corrected by re-leveling the unit front to rear. Pull ahead to verify the corrected adjustment. Having one wing out of level can also cause the disc to pull at an angle. In this case, the wing is high on the end. Notice the increase in surface straw towards the end of the disc. Start by inspecting the cylinder stroke position in relationship to the other wing and the center cylinders. If the cylinders are uneven, a rephasing or cylinder leakage problem exists. If the cylinder rods are equal, then the cylinder adjustment bolt should be used to correct the leveling issue. Remember, when adjusting these dimensions, pull ahead enough at field speed to ensure the adjustment has corrected the problem. Notice, it took several feet before the wing adjustment took effect. It is not uncommon to adjust this dimension slightly from the bench setting due to tire sink or varying conditions in the field. To summarize, a center ridge is a ridge or mound of dirt in the center of the disc. This is an indication that the front gang is too high, pushing out less material than the rear gangs pulled in. To correct the ridge, push the front gang down. The opposite occurs on a center valley. The disc is too low in the front, and more material is pushed out than the rear gangs can pull in. An outside ridge is a ridge of dirt at the outside of the disc and could be caused by several things. The wings may not be leveled correctly. The end gauge wheels may need to be added or adjusted, or the disc may be running on its nose. If the disc is not getting a complete cutout, the disc may be operating too shallow for the blade spacing and the disc may not be pulling straight. Two types of scrapers are available. The rigid design should be adjusted so that no more than 1/8 inch gap is present between the disc and scraper. The spring-loaded scraper can be operated in the float position by loosening the pivot bolt until the scraper rotates freely. The bolt can also be tightened to lock the scraper in position. Since the automatic transport locks do not function in the unfolded position, manual U-channel cylinder stops are provided. Maintain gang bolt torque between 900 and 1100 pounds. Lubrication. Wheel bearings. Grease every 50 hours sparingly and check for in-play. Hinge points and gauge wheels. Grease every 10 hours. Walking beam pivot bearings. Grease every 100 hours sparingly and check for in-play. Disc gang bearings. Grease every 50 hours sparingly. Do not push out the seals, or failure of the bearing may result. Lift turnbuckle and auto transport lock. Grease every 50 hours of operation. Remember, this video is a supplement to the operator's manual, not a replacement. Follow these directions fully to allow for years of reliable performance. Thank you for watching this video.